Not good, guys?
Hey guys, how are you? Good, thank you.
Do you mind if you put this on? Sure, man. Thank you.
Tim, what'd you see on Jalen Milroe and Alabama's offense in Week 1? Small sample size, but
Yeah, I really love this performance. When you're the quarterback at a school like this, there's a lot of pressure, and you're coming behind one of the better ones that we're doing here, and just handling that pressure. I think that step one was such a good first step. The way he was able to step in the first couple of drives, I think be cool under pressure. Couple, bad snaps, handle them, make plays. He wasn't trying to run first, but when it was an opportunity, he played within the pocket, but then used his athleticism. I thought he showed that he could really throw with accuracy down the field. He's someone that is just so God-gifted and is so athletic, and I've seen that from day one. When he walked on campus, you're like, dang, this dude's a monster. And I just think that he's got so much upside, and what a test week 2, right? Against what I would say is I really believe Texas is a top 10 team. I think if you look at them at the line of scrimmage, you look at all the recruits they've brought in, you look at the transfers, you look at their Sark and what he's doing. They're with Quinn. Quinn is one of the better quarterbacks in the country, and so it's a really good test for Bama week 2, and it'll be a good one.
You're kind of the perfect guy to ask when it comes to a quarterback whose physicality can kind of permeate the team. When a guy like Milroe is out there running over linebackers, do you think it kind of seeps in throughout the entire team defensively too?
Yes.
What kind of edge can that give you?
I think it can give a team a massive edge at times. It's important to know those times. It's maybe when the team doesn't have a little momentum, or maybe gets a little complacent, and all of a sudden you could see Jalen take it and go deliver a blow, and that gives a spark to the entire team. So much of this game is based on momentum and confidence, and when you're able to play with momentum and play with confidence, you play at a different level. And I think a quarterback that can do that at times can provide that spark. I also think a quarterback that maybe is not as mobile or can't bring that physicality, but they can play tough in the pocket like Quinn did last week against Rice. I mean, he took some shots and got right back up. That can also do it to a team. And so I think for both of these guys, playing with that, for Quinn on the road in an environment like this, for Jalen, stepping in behind Bryce, I think both of them can bring that, and it'll be important because it will be back and forth.
How much can we take away from the Texas's offensive line performance against Rice? They gave up a lot of pressures and hit Quinn Ewers. How much will that? How much do you think that'll carry over into this weekend's matchup?
Well, I think it totally how a game's played. I think the style of play. I think you'll see Sark with a lot of really good game plan stuff. I think they kept a lot of it out last week. I do think you'll see some 7-8 man protection. He's loved that for 3 or 4 years now. He's really good at it. I think you'll see a lot of 2 receivers to a side. You'll see Xavier Worthy motion down because they want to get him off of the ball so he can have free releases, because he's really hard to cover on that, and be able to create 7-8 man protections, throw the ball down the field. I think he's one of the best at game planning that. So I think that'll be really fun to be able to watch the pressures versus that, the run pressures, when they know that's going to be the formation versus, trying to get pressure on the quarterback versus playing maybe split safety over the top of some of these explosive Texas receivers. So I'm excited to kind of see that mental matchup between, I guess, Sark and Saban per se.
Tim, do you feel like there's a different buzz with this Alabama team this season? Just knowing some people picking other teams to win the West?
I don't know when there hasn't been a buzz, in the last 15 years for Alabama. So I don't know if it's that there's more of a buzz. I think it's maybe a little different this year because maybe not as many people predicted Alabama to be successful. But in my opinion, when you pick against Saban, that's not a good bet. And I feel like it's a team with a chip on their shoulder, and I'm excited to see this weekend because this is a great opportunity against a really good team.
Everyone assumed that this place has become post-Saban, but when you were going through your recruitment, this wasn't what it is now. What attracted you to Alabama where you had them in their final 2?
Well, it wasn't. Sorry. It wasn't maybe the success that they've had in the last 15 years, but it was the same passion and tradition was here, and that's contagious. The love for their team was here. I mean, it was the environment. I mean, that's one of the things that drew me to it. It's the people. It's how much they care. I think if anybody's watched me play, they know that I care a lot about it. And shoot, Alabama's seen that too many times because they saw me get emotional against them. So, you know, I just think that's something that's contagious about this place. It doesn't matter from what area the fans are coming from. When they show up here, you know, they care a lot about their team, and that's contagious.
Do you feel any responsibility, or do you realize maybe the connection between yourself and Alabama after firing Mike Shula and Nick Saban coming here? Maybe what could have been if you'd been here in 2006?
What a hard question. Do I take responsibility?
I mean,
That's
thank you.
You know what? I think why that was so hard was just because I had just so much respect for Coach Shula, his family, all the Dave Rader, the entire coaching staff. I was close with all those guys. Yeah, I think it was honestly very hard. I felt like I let a lot of people down. And that made it very difficult.
The dynasty, had you come here, maybe Nick Saban wasn't here.
Maybe, but I still think when you say responsibility, I do for
That's
some
not
of those
what I meant.
people,
That's
you
not
know.
what I
I think, you know, what Saban's done is really second to none. I know people say that, but I mean, I really believe it. It's incredible to see what he's done to sustain that success. It's hard. It's hard to stay at the top. Everybody's gunning for you to replace coach after coach after coach, to continue to be at the top of the mountain. It's hard to do in any profession, and what he's done, it really is special.
Last question.
Obviously, Sark can't reinvent the game of football, but knowing much of the offense that Saban has already run, do you think he has what it takes to throw him off guard?
I think Sark is one of the best offensive minds in the game. And he's got a quarterback that has experience and a lot of arm talent in Quinn. And I think that gives him the ability to do a lot of really exciting things tomorrow. And I think you'll see some game plan stuff. And I think they're going to win some of the matchups. And I think Alabama will win some of the matchups. And I think really probably one of the most intriguing things to me about the game is, can they protect Quinn enough, and can he have time in the pocket? And that's going to be a game plan battle. That's going to be a defensive line. If I'm Alabama, I'm putting on my defensive line saying, hey, this is your game. You know, if their defensive line dominates, I think it makes it a lot easier road for Bama to get a W. And I think there's going to be awesome game plans going back and forth. And I also think the game will come down to adjustments as well.
Thank you guys so much.
Awesome. Thank you guys. God bless.